It's 2 a.m. You've finally gotten cozy in bed, drifting off to sleep, when suddenly you hear it. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Then a pitiful meow. Your cat is at the bedroom door, demanding entry. You get up, let them in, only for them to wander in, sniff around, and then, of course, ask to be let out again. If you've lived with cats for any amount of time, you know the scenario all too well. Cats hate closed doors. Whether it's the bathroom, the bedroom, or even a closet. The moment that door shuts, your cat seems determined to get through it. But why is that? Do they feel left out? Or is it just another mysterious quirk of cat behavior? Today, we're going to dig deep into the feline dislike of closed doors. We'll look at the instincts behind it, the psychology, the science, and even the stories of other cat parents that will make you laugh, nod, or maybe feel a little less alone in your nightly door wars. By the end, you'll understand this door defiance behavior in a whole new light. Before we get started, consider subscribing to our pet-loving community for more pet insights and tips on how to keep your fur baby happy and healthy. The nature of cats. Curiosity rules. All cats are famously curious creatures. As the old saying goes, curiosity killed the cat, and it didn't just come from out of nowhere. If you have ever seen a cat sitting in front of a closed door, trying to poke its furry paw under the bottom, or even attacking it with vengeance followed by a loud meow, then you know this barrier completely annoys them. When a door is closed, it represents the unknown. Cats want to see what's behind it, because that's their nature. They are explorers, investigators, and problem solvers. A closed door becomes a puzzle they need to solve. Think about it. When the door is open, they may not even care about what's in the other room. But the minute you close it, suddenly, that forbidden space becomes the most interesting thing in the world. This is classic feline psychology. What is inaccessible becomes so irresistible since they can hear and smell things happening beyond the door. Instincts of territory. Cats are territorial animals by nature. They like to patrol, monitor, and claim their surrounding spaces. When you shut a door, you cut them off from part of their kingdom. Your house is their domain, so this is where cats rule. From their perspective, this is not acceptable. They want to know what's happening in every room all the time to ensure their territory is safe and under control. This instinct comes from their wild ancestors. In the wild, cats needed to be hyper-aware of their environment and need to observe every nook and cranny that could hide prey or danger. By blocking off a room, you're denying them access to part of their world, and it can make them feel quite uncomfortable. Cats feel trapped when certain spaces suddenly become inaccessible to them. A closed door also restricts scent marking, which cats use to define their territory. They do this by rubbing against surfaces in the house. A closed door keeps them from reinforcing these boundaries. So when your cat scratches at the bathroom door, it may not just be about curiosity or them wanting to peek at you. It's actually their instinct telling them, "I need to monitor this space, so let me in. Hey, what's going on in there?" Social bonding and FOMO, fear of missing out. Another major reason cats hate closed doors, they just don't want to be left out of anything. I know this may seem a little stalkerish and surprising to some when we know how cats like to carve out their alone time, but never be too far away from the action. Perhaps perched on their favorite windowsill or up high on their cat tower. This action represents their act of independence. Well, sort of. Cats may act independent, but many of them are highly social with their humans and want to be where the action is. They want to be part of whatever you're doing, whether that's cooking in the kitchen, playing on your iPad in your bedroom, folding laundry, or yes, even when you are using the bathroom. When you close the door, your cat may feel excluded from the family activities. To them, your absence can feel like rejection. And in classic cat fashion, they will protest at times, loudly and persistently, until you let them back in. It's less about the specific room, and more about wanting access to you, their trusted companion. Anxiety and control. Now let's address the question directly. Are cats really anxious about closed doors? For some cats, yes. Cats thrive on control and predictability. So a closed door represents a lack of access, because they can't enter, exit, or investigate on their own terms. This can trigger frustration or anxiety in your fur buddy since they don't like change. We as cat parents know that our fur buddies often exhibit attention-seeking behaviors around closed doors. However, sometimes they may actually be in genuine distress. If they show behaviors such as frantic vocalizing with flattened ears and hissing, then you know your cat is truly upset. Think of it like this. Cats like to have choices. They want the option to move about freely through their environment. When a door is shut, that freedom abruptly disappears. It's not that they always want to go through it, it's that they want the choice. This is why some cats will meow until you open the door, then walk through, and then immediately want to come back out, which is quite perplexing at times since it may be perceived as indecision. But it's not. It's them exercising choice, controlling their environment, and maintaining an established routine. A closed door might make them feel trapped or unable to flee if they feel threatened. Cats like to have multiple escape routes available for safety. Stories from cat owners. Let's lighten things up with a few classic cats versus doors stories. One cat owner shared how her Siamese would cry at the bathroom door every morning, like clockwork, even though she had zero interest in the bathroom itself. When she finally let her in, she would sit down, look at her, and then immediately ask to go back out. And if she closed the door again, she would repeat the same behavior. It was never about the bathroom, but it was about being wherever she was, no matter where she was. Has this happened to you? Tell us about it in the comments. Another family had a Maine Coon who couldn't stand closed closet doors. He would paw at them relentlessly until they were opened. However, once he was inside, he would curl up on the shoes, purring happily as if he had captured bounty in a conquered forbidden territory. And then there was the cat who turned bedtime into a game of strategy. If the owner shut the bedroom door to sleep, the cat would climb up and rattle it until it opened. There were even times when he would charge the door from across the living room and plow into it, making a loud thud before racing away. But if they left the door open before going to bed, the cat ignored the door entirely. This is proof that sometimes cats just want what they can't have. Talk about having some restless nights after being jarred out of your sleep with that loud boom. It does make you chuckle a bit, though. Tell us in the comments below about your cat versus doors stories. We know you have plenty to share. Why bathrooms are the perfect hotspot. Of all the doors cats protest the most about, the bathroom doors seem to top the list. Why? Part of it is routine. Cats notice that humans spend time in there with the door closed. They want in on the mystery. But bathrooms also smell strongly to cats. Their sensitive noses pick up scents of water, soap, towels, and of course, us. For some cats, bathrooms also equal warm spots, like rugs, and fun textures, like toilet paper rolls to shred. So when you close that door, you're shutting off a sensory playground. How should you respond? Now that we understand why cats hate closed doors, but what should we do about it? Number 1. Decide on boundaries, and if you don't mind leaving doors open. This proves to be the easiest solution sometimes. Many cat owners eventually give up the fight and just accept that cats rule the house. Number 2. Offer distractions for your curious kitty. If you need the door closed, try giving your cat enrichment elsewhere. Interactive toys, puzzle feeders, or even a perch by a window can redirect their attention. Number 3. Create a cat-friendly space. And consider setting up a dedicated room where your cat has free access, filled with beds, toys, and climbing spots. This can reduce the desire to break into forbidden rooms. Number 4. Ignore persistent meowing as long as your cat is safe. Sometimes, responding immediately reinforces the behavior. If it's not causing harm, ignoring the protest may eventually teach your cat that meowing doesn't always work. Number 5. Address anxiety. If your cat shows signs of stress like excessive scratching, vocalizing, or destructive behavior, talk to your vet. Anxiety can be managed with behavior strategies or, in some severe cases, medication if necessary. The bigger picture, what this says about cats. At the end of the day, a cat's hatred of closed doors isn't about stubbornness or being difficult. It's about who they are. Cats are curious, they're territorial, they crave both independence and connection. They want freedom of movement, but they also want to be with you. A closed door denies them those things. So when your cat scratches, meows, or even throws their body against a door, it's not random. It's a glimpse into their instincts, psychology, and their deep love for you. When it's more than a quirk. Before we wrap up, let's cover one last very important point. When does this behavior cross the line from being normal to concerning? If your cat's distress over closed doors seems a little extreme, such as nonstop yowling, destructive scratching, or signs of separation anxiety, it may show deeper stress. In these cases, strategies like gradual desensitization, environmental enrichment, or even consulting a feline behaviorist can help. Remember, What looks like a small quirk can sometimes be a window into a cat's mental well-being. Keep a watchful eye. So, what about you? Does your cat lose their mind when you close the bathroom door? Do they rattle closet handles or cry outside the bedroom at night, keeping the house awake? Share your stories in the comments. We'd love to hear them, and your experience might bring comfort and laughter to another cat parent. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more upcoming videos about unusual cat behaviors and compassionate resources for losing a pet. Share this with another pet parent who can 100% relate. And don't forget, our upcoming book, Help Your Grieving Cat Thrive, will guide you even further in understanding your cat's emotions and supporting them through life's toughest moments. Thank you so much for being here today. Remember, every scratch, every meow, every battle at the door is just one more reminder of how complex, curious, and deeply connected our cats truly are. Watch more peculiar cat behavior featured on our Weird Pet Behavior playlist. Watch it next. Stay tuned for more pet insights from ASCG book creators. See you in the next video.